Hey guys, I'm Kat Brown, your neighbor, your realtor. Let's go ahead and talk about home inspections. A home inspection is a really important part of the home buying process. Now, is it required? No. Is it guaranteed to find every issue in a home? No. But it is a good indicator of a home's overall condition, which is why I highly recommend that all of my home buyers have a home inspection done, regardless of how competitive the market is. So just know that as a buyer, it is ultimately your decision whether you have one or not. So let's say you do decide to have a home inspection. Your offer gets accepted, you have your inspection done, and boom, the inspection comes back with a huge repair, like foundation issues or a leaking roof or maybe a deck with rotting supports. What do? The good news is you have options. And I'm gonna go over 4 different ways that you can handle that. So first, you can request that the seller make repairs prior to closing. Just be sure that your agent writes the contract to include that the work is done by a licensed professional. Hey guys, I'm Kat Brown, your neighbor, your realtor, and let's talk about home inspections. So a home inspection is a really important step to the home buying process. Now, is it required? No. And is it guaranteed to find every issue with a home? Nope. But it is a good indicator of a home's overall condition, which is why I highly recommend to all of my home buyers that they have a home inspection done, regardless of how competitive the market is. So just know that it is your decision as the buyer, ultimately, whether you want to have one or not. So let's say you do put an offer, your offer gets accepted, you have a home inspection, and boom, the inspection comes back with a huge repair, like a foundation issue, or maybe a leaking roof, maybe a deck with rotting supports. So what do? The good news is you have options, and I'm going to go over 4 different ways you can handle that. So first, you can request that the seller makes repairs prior to closing. Just be sure that your agent writes the contract to include the work has to be done by a licensed professional. You can also ask for a price reduction in the amount of the repairs, and then you would just have to handle fixing those repairs later after closing, which some buyers prefer this method because maybe they're just really handy with repairs, or they have family and friends who are in that line of work. Another similar option is asking for a closing credit in the amount of the repairs, which honestly, I prefer this option over the price reduction, and here's why. Let's say, the price reduction sounds great, right? You're getting a better deal on the house, but let's say those repairs are $5,000. $5,000 spread out over 30 years doesn't make much of a difference to your monthly costs, but cutting down the amount that you have to bring to the closing table by $5,000 can leave your savings account a little more prepared to take on the cost of those repairs or unexpected moving costs. Finally, if the repairs that are needed are so massive that you just don't feel comfortable moving forward with the purchase, as long as your contract was well written to protect you, then you can terminate your contract and your earnest money deposit will be returned to you in full. It's really important to choose a good home inspection company and then talk with your agent and your inspector about the findings before making a decision. Sometimes a defect can sound a lot worse than it really is, and what you think could be a really costly repair might not actually be too bad. So if you have any questions, leave me a comment below, or if you're in the Livingston County or surrounding areas of Michigan and you're ready to find your new home, reach out to me and let's talk. You can find my contact info in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that I can see you next time.